I'm just putting the Italian biscuits into the oven. Again, we preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. You know what, this is embarrassing, but it's the truth. I'm known in the community as a cookbook lady, and I've won numerous cooking contests. So often I forget to use my timer, and I'm having company for dinner. I make a really nice meal. I put the biscuits in the oven. Last minute, we sit down to eat, and what do you think I forget? Sure enough, I burn my biscuits. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody, right? Let's come on over here. I absolutely love creamy blue cheese salad dressing. It was one of those things my husband and I just thought, hey, when you switch to low fat, I'm not going to be able to have it anymore. But good news, you can. This is absolutely delicious. Smooth, creamy. Oh, you're going to love it. Let me get a spatula. Here we go, or a wooden spoon. We have a 1/4 cup of skim milk. Do you know that skim milk has the same nutrition as whole milk, but it doesn't have all the fat? Whole milk is half fat, and 2% milk, you think it's 2% fat? Nope, it is 1/3 fat. You know what happens? The fat goes over our lips and onto our hips. No thank you, I think I'll go without. 1 cup of fat-free sour cream. I like to use Land O'Lakes brand, I think it's really good. I came up with this recipe, gosh, about 8 years ago, and it's something I still make. 1 cup of Kraft fat-free mayonnaise. Now, do I like Kraft fat-free mayonnaise all by itself? No. Like in a sandwich? No. But it tastes delicious in my recipes. What I encourage you to do, if you're defatting your house, cut to the lower fat mayonnaise for like your sandwiches. It has 3 grams of fat. But when a recipe like this, go ahead and use the completely fat-free. It tastes delicious. You will never know. And then a 1/4 cup of naturally crumbled blue cheese. Okay? And I love the chunks of blue cheese in there. Now what we're going to do is we are going to simply stir this together. This is a recipe that you want to make in advance. The reason why is as it marinates, the longer it marinates, the more flavorful it will become. Okay? And the more the blue cheese will flavor the mayonnaise and the sour cream. And this is, look at this. Would you ever believe that this was fat-free? Look at that. You can see the chunks of blue cheese. It's creamy, delicious. I absolutely love it. This is a scale of 1 to 10, a 12, okay? Only 15 calories per tablespoon and just a trace of fat. And only 1 milligram of cholesterol. Can you believe that? Isn't that delicious and wonderful? I love it. Life is so good. God is so good. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, that we can have wonderful foods like this. No, we didn't have this opportunity 25 years ago. They didn't have these delicious fat-free foods. And now we do. So you can enjoy the things you love. Come on over to the refrigerator. Remember, you want to let it stay in the refrigerator at least 24 hours, okay? And the longer it stays in the refrigerator, the better it's going to taste. So you're going to love it as much as I do, I guarantee. Okay, let's come on over here to the sauce. Now, with the spaghetti toppings for the sauce, I went ahead and took some shortcuts. And one of the shortcuts I did was I let the manufacturers help me with the spaghetti sauce. If you have your own favorite homemade spaghetti sauce, go ahead and use it. Use 32-ounce jar. I love the Healthy Choice brand because it only has 50 calories for a half a cup. Ragu has a wonderful brand also, the Ragu Light, okay? Now you'll be surprised. There are some brands out there that don't say light or low fat, but they really are. They'll have less than 3 grams of fat. On the same hand, a lot of this is where I wish I had my wonderful husband. There we go. On the same hand, a lot of spaghetti sauces can have up as high as 150 calories for a half cup. Now, to me, I just don't want to waste my calories on spaghetti sauce. No, thank you. We'll save that for dessert, right? Since this is only 26 ounces, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit from the next jar. There we go. And we're going to add a half a teaspoon of oregano. Just a half teaspoon. This is 1 teaspoon, so I'll use half of this. There we go. I want to show you a little secret. with your dried ingredients, if you put them in your hand and you rub them together, it will help enhance the flavor that much more. You'll get more mileage out of your dried ingredients. Okay? And we will stir that together. Let me get another wooden spoon. Simply stir that together. And I think by now, the crust of our spaghetti pizza should be done. I'm going to move everything over here so that way the hot pan will not hurt my countertop. Here we go. And remember, all the recipes are available today from the Down Home Cooking Without the Down Home Fat Cookbook, and they are available by calling the number on your screen. This won 1996 Best Cookbook of the Year by North American Book Dealers Exchange. We also won one of Ohio's Best of the Best cookbooks with Down Home Cook Without the Down Home Fat. Ooh, mamma mia! Doesn't that look delicious? Look at the cheese, and oh, this is absolutely delicious. You're going to love it as much as my family does. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the sauce that we have prepared on the base. Isn't this hard to believe that this is low fat? Oh man. I think when God said train your children the way they should go, I believe it's not only about spiritual things, but physical things and how we treat our bodies. Our bodies are a temple of God, and we should be eating healthy. And wouldn't it be so much easier if we were raised to eat healthy foods like this? If you don't tell people it's low fat, they're never going to know. I just had a reporter in today, and she was tasting some of the food, and she's like, this is so good. She said, my cholesterol is really high, and I've got to make the switch. And I asked her, I said, don't you think you'd make the switch easily if you could eat foods like this all the time? And sure enough, she agreed. Now, this is what I like to do. I like to leave a little bit on the side. There we go. All the way to the sides. Okay? Because sometimes like when you make pizzas and stuff, they don't take the sauce all the way to the side, but I like to because I love the goodies that go on top. Now, we're going to add 3 cups of fat-free mozzarella shredded cheddar or mozzarella cheese. Okay? Now, the cheese is going to absorb the moisture from the spaghetti sauce, so it will not be rubbery. Where if you put a cheese on the fat-free cheese, a lot of times on a casserole, it doesn't have moisture. A lot of times it will get rubbery, but it won't in this recipe because it's going to be absorbing the moisture from the spaghetti sauce. Then you can use 3 cups of your favorite pizza toppings, but don't use pepperoni. Or if you do, if you like pepperoni, I'll tell you what. Take the pepperoni and then chop it up in little bits because then it will go farther, okay? So we're going to just sprinkle our onions and mushrooms and green peppers on top. We'll pop it back into the oven, and we're going to bake it again at 350 degrees for about 10 more minutes until the top's nicely brown. Oh, this is so good. Look at this delicious spaghetti pizza. Make sure you join me. We'll have the complete meal done, and you can enjoy too. I'm just getting out the delicious, spicy, spaghetti pizza. This baby is heavy, and it is delicious. You're not going to believe it. There's only 10 servings in this, and, let me turn it off, and only 1 gram of fat per serving. Isn't that hard to believe? And all the recipes are in Down Home Cooking Without the Down Home Fat for busy people. Oh, man. Isn't this beautiful? And I thought with it, Italian red and white check would be really cute. The entire meal has less than 400 calories. That's counting the blue cheese dressing, the spaghetti pizza, and the biscuits. Does it seem too good to be true? It's not. Thanks for joining me, Dawn Huff, Cooking for Busy People. Now I want to encourage you, keep your hopes high, your fats low, and please, never be too busy to enjoy. God bless. I'll see you next week.